Hey everyone, how's it going? If you hear a bit of distortion, it's not really the thing, it's the cat purring, so all good. Wait till people come on, we'll get started. Won't be a long one tonight, which will be really good compared to last night's. Last night was a bit of a marathon, and I'll sort of recap a bit on what happened last night, so the people who missed it know. I'm not answering the questions again, so don't worry about it. So... And Jane Lockwood, you're usually first on, Jane. You're quick. Give you that. She must get notifications, hey? Yeah. And I'm here with Charlie Boy. Say hello, Charlie. Say hello. Hello. I'm here with Bear, who seems to love me a lot tonight. And I'm here with Terry.
Hey, everyone.
Who owns Bear? Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, what a day. Actually, I didn't do a hell of a lot today. Took a bit of a break after last night's question and answer. I was going through the questions and the answers again to make sure that even I understood what the questions were about, to make sure I was answering the right. And the dog loved it, apparently. So just yes, do more question and that. No, we're not doing any more just yet. Okay, so basically last night was a Q&A. Terry read out the questions, I answered them. They were fairly long answers, but like I said, I want to make sure people understand what I'm talking about. And so you either do or you fall asleep waiting to try and work out what I'm saying. I had to poke Terry a couple of times to wake her up for the next question, didn't I? Yeah, not really. No. So what we did last night, we went through the question and answers. It went for about an hour, so sorry for the length, but there was quite a few questions and they needed a bit of explaining because they weren't simple yes or no answers. Although one I think I talked for about 5 minutes and then I went, so in a nutshell, yes. So I could have just said yes, I suppose. What we will do is I'll go through all those questions that were given to me. And I'll write the answers down, summarise them a bit. I won't make them as long as what I did when I was talking about them. And we'll make it into a PDF. And so if you ever ask questions like this, you'll have the PDF handy to be able to answer that question. And you're getting it straight from the horse's mouth, not what your perception is or what an admin's perception is, but what one of the co-founders' answer is. So that way there's no... problem with interpreting what was actually said, because it's not someone's opinion, it's what I count as fact, my fact anyway. So, but last night was really good. I got a lot of good feedback from it. Didn't seem to anyone going, well, you didn't answer the questions or this question wasn't answered. So I think we covered everything really, really well, guys. The answers, as I said, were a bit in depth, but worth the time and effort to go into them. Because, as I said, we'll make it into a PDF and then you'll have your basically an FAQ in a sense. Although an FAQ will have a lot more basic questions in there as well, obviously, for new people. But I love the amount of questions I got in. As I said, we didn't say who they were from or anything like that. But they were from different people, not just from one person, which is great. It's always good when you hear from different people. Different minds think differently, and... so you always, sometimes you get the same question but asked a different sort of way because they want a different understanding on how it's done. So that went well. That was a good session. And as I said, we'll get the PDF done over the next couple of days. There's no real hurry for it because we've got it on video. But I'll do a summarised version of the answers because I think I answered some questions that came later in previous questions, so I won't have to redo that. Because I didn't know what questions were coming up next. So that was all good. Everyone seemed happy about it. If you do have other questions, put it in the comments here so I can answer them. There weren't any more real questions there. I think there's someone did comment on the live last night from the replay. I don't know if they'd listened to the replay or just commenting on the replay, asking why he couldn't log in right now. And I'm thinking, well, we didn't really cover that, but I might have to make a post, an official post saying, hey, we're migrating to a new software, and so if you can't log in or it says pay again or whatever, please ignore, and we'll have that in hard copy. It will get lost though, unfortunately, in the group pages. More posts come in, so That's why I do the lives, because at least the lives Terry uploads to YouTube, so there's always a place. If you can't find him here, you'll find him on YouTube. So, yeah, so that's why I haven't really done a lot of posts, because they get lost pretty quickly with everything else coming in. So, yep. What else was I going to say? Oh, Mandy Diamond had a bit of a fall. You may have seen her posts. She was carrying the dog downstairs and fell. From what I can tell, she's broken a leg and dislocated an ankle, and she's in hospital right now, and I think she's getting surgery in the morning. So we all wish Mandy a full recovery from that very very quickly. Nothing worse than falling down the stairs. We had Juliet who fell down the stairs not long ago, unfortunately, and hurt herself. So seems to be a lot of stair falling. So let's not do that, guys. Hopefully Mandy will get better very, very soon, and the surgery goes quick and clean and without any pain for her. Get onto those pain meds, go for the morphine, you press the button. That's pretty cool. No pain. It's never fun when you injure yourself that way, especially if I've never broken a bone in my life, so I don't know what the pain's like, but I can't imagine it would be fun having a bone. Have you ever had a bone broken on you? No, you neither? Okay.
Not knowingly, anyway.
Not knowingly. You might have noticed.
Well, you could break a toe or a finger.
Oh, I suppose you could. Yeah, well, I've never done that either. My dad broke his leg once, and but my dad never made a fuss out of anything. Get his arm blown off, and he'll think it'd just grow back. He never made a fuss about anything, so he never knew if anything hurt with my dad. So he'd have the cast on for a few weeks, get sick of it, get the kitchen knife out and cut the cast off. My dad wasn't a very patient man. Funny thing was, he was a nurse, so yeah, probably make the worst patients them and doctors, make the worst patients. But hopefully, Mandy, I hope a speedy recovery, and that'll all be good. As I said, if you've got more questions, put them in there so I know what you guys are wanting to know. As I said last night as well, Craig Smith's done the, I don't know if he's done the 3, 2, 1, but he's done the 5 and the 4, and he'll do the 3, 2, 1 for the countdown when we do the countdown, and hopefully I'll be able to announce that soon, and we can start and having fun and hyping it up, and obviously remember to order the t-shirts so we can run that that competition starts now until I say otherwise. I want people to have a chance of getting the shirts who want to be in the competition for taking a picture of yourself with your I Am Bitcoin or your Bitcoin Ascension t-shirt or hoodie or whatever you have at the time. So get those snaps in if you're out somewhere. It can be like at work, with a group of friends and things like that. That's all fine, but I think the more fun it is, the better it is. So if you can do that, that'd be great. That competition will run for a while. As I said, I'll save all those photos so I'll know who's in each. I'll put a note on who's in what. If you get a group of yous together, sort of thing, that'd be great too. That'd be awesome. Who were you? You were talking to someone today regarding they wanted to end poverty, so to speak.
One of the girls that worked with me within the cat rescue.
Yeah, within the cat rescue. Did you want to talk about that at all?
She's
there we go.
Basically going on a trip in January to Kenya to help teach children over there and do a bit of sports with them, trying to help them out a little bit with poverty. We will be helping her towards the money towards her trip, and she'll be sponsoring her hopefully before she goes, so she'll have a little bit of money to take with her. So Good luck with that, Luella. Yeah,
her name is Luella. Yeah, she's doing a very noble thing. She's a young lady, quite young, 18, I think you said.
18. Yeah.
18 years old and aspiring to do something as amazing as that. And I think she needed about £2,000, yeah?
About £2,000 for the trip.
About £2,000. I'm not asking anyone for money, I'm just telling you, well, this is what's going on. Terry and I will probably be helping her either personally, and I'll probably... but she was asking about Bitcoin Ascension and because of the help we've done with the New Start Cat Rescue, the New Start Cat Rescue, she was asking about that. We're not into basically helping the charities right now. We're going to build up to that. That's going to be the ultimate thing, where we're going to be helping so many charities do so many things. And but with Luella, we've got till January, and I know between Terry and myself we can raise £2,000 I'm sure, just from our positions, where we can help her out and get her over there. And she said she'd be happy to wear like a Bitcoin Ascension t-shirt over there, and send pics and everything like that, which would be awesome. And I'll make sure she has an account as well. And she can call it whatever, Kenyan Education or something.
I was talking to her earlier about an account, and I said, well, I'll explain to her in more detail when I see her.
Okay, so Terry's going to go through it with her. Terry understands it back to front on basically how it all works. So she'll get Luella sorted out. But that's what that sort of thing has done. Now, Luella, like we helped out the cat rescue. If you remember, Terry was giving out some accounts for people who donated £50. And I think we did, Tom did as well. Well, I did, one of us did. Or we both did. I think we did 5 each. Yeah, we both put in. And we raised like about £2,000, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, about £2,000 we raised for that, for the cats. And we actually saved a cat's life that would have probably died without that money. So what we did was a very noble thing. As I said, I'm not asking people money for Luella. Terry and I can cover that. But ultimately, this is what we want Bitcoin Ascension to be able to do. People who want to do things like that, it'd be great to sponsor them to do things like that and then get the progress reports back from them on how things are going. I think that'd be fantastic. So, but as I said, I want Bitcoin Ascension to be able to producing its own money without you guys having to put money in, and that way this sort of thing can happen. I was also talked about, I think on a question and answer last night, about buying Indian businesses like weaving businesses and things like that, where ladies in India, for example, it's just a country, for example, who have lost their husbands and everything, and they don't have a social standing or a financial standing over there. If you put them in charge until they've learned all the ropes and everything and have the education to run it, and they prove that they can run it, then we just give that business to them, and then they have their own business to run so they can support their family. Things like that, sponsoring things like that is not giving someone something unless they work for it. You know what I mean? It's not just like giving them a ton of money and saying, there you go, have fun with that. Because we all know that doesn't work. It's been tried over in Australia with the Indigenous people over there. Government throws a ton of money at them. It's not helping them as far as I'm concerned. They're not getting the right education on how to use that money in the first place. So it is being wasted, poor buggers. And they're in the same situation they were before. So I believe the Indigenous, like any Indigenous and well, all humans are human. They're all equal, and they should be all treated as such. And I think by throwing money at them is racist as far as I'm concerned. They need to be educated, and special considerations and things like that for culture and everything. But we do that anyway. But yeah, just throw. That's not what Bitcoin Ascension is going to be about. We're not going to be about just throwing money at, say, an African village. There, have some money, and they don't know what to do with it. I'd rather provide resources and opportunities than the person has to basically inside say, I want to be a teacher, or I want to have a chance to be an engineer, or I want to be a doctor, or I want to, just be able to raise my children in a safe environment. And we don't give them the money. We provide all the opportunity, the resources and education and health and security so that they have that opportunity. Then it's up to them to actually do it. We're not about just giving them money and hoping for the best. That's not the way to do it. I think that's cruel in a sense, because they get this money and then they've lost it because they don't know how to use it, and then they feel even worse that they've missed an opportunity or something. And I think it'd be more depressing. I think so. Yeah, we're not going to be doing it where we're just throwing money at people. I'd rather provide them the resources and then have them, and have them, do what they want to do, not have us tell them what they have to do. So that way they can aspire to be anything they want. We give them the opportunity to do that, but they've got to do the work to do it. So there's literally a million things Bitcoin Ascension can help with around the world to make the world a better place, and we can do it. Ours is twofold. We'll be helping places like that, and like I said, with businesses, medical centres, orphanages, things like that, helping those projects with charities. But of course, every member in here usually has their own project of some sort, even if it's just putting their kids through college, which isn't just because it's not cheap to do that. By making yourself financial, you're completing your projects as well. So we have 10 million people in Bitcoin Ascension, 10 million people around the world, or 100 million people around the world down the track in Bitcoin Ascension with their own projects, doing their own thing. My pet sanctuary, my Terry pet sanctuary, but other people with their other things, but putting kids through college or just being able to pay the bills. we're making the world a better place anyway. But on top of that, Bitcoin Ascension is then also going to be able to help charities around the world to finance different projects that they'll be doing, instead of just giving them a little money, complete the project so it's done. An irrigation, irrigation for farmland or something like that in a remote area of some country, because all countries have arid areas that need irrigation and everything. So, we do something like that. We're making the world a better place all the time. And as I said, if we're in every country, that means we're helping everyone around the world, and the world becomes a better place. It never becomes perfect. You'll never get it perfect, guys. You'd have to take all the humans out of the planet for the planet to be perfect, and even then it wouldn't be perfect. So, we can only do what we can do, but I plan on making a huge, huge impact with Bitcoin Ascension. I know many people here already want to do the exact same thing, make a huge impact on the world, and just showing what normal, everyday people can do if they all work together. So, like I said, we're not promoting the matrix, as so to speak. We're showing people Bitcoin Ascension and saying, we also have a matrix that you can join where you can earn while you help us develop Bitcoin Ascension and get more and more members into Bitcoin Ascension. And there'll be other programs and ways of earning money as well down the track, but we started off with the matrix if you want to get involved with that. So remember, Bitcoin Ascension isn't all about the matrix. It's all about what we actually want to do, what the idea is. And we have a matrix. So always remember that when you're telling people about it. You'll always have the people who just like opportunities. I'll hop into this matrix. This sounds all right. And they'll hop in and they have no real interest in what we're doing with helping. Well, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But by them joining us and joining the matrix, they're actually helping and making it happen without them having to be actively taking part in that. Part of it doesn't matter. Every person that comes in is helping, whether they like it or not. So that's the way I designed it. And with the future things I'll be doing, that's the way I'll be designing that. So even if a person really couldn't give a rat's bum about the world and other people, and they're just totally selfish, by joining Bitcoin Ascension and the programs we'll be doing, they'll be helping the world anyway. So, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who joins, so to speak, because it's going to be helping the world while they're helping themselves. So I think it's a unique way of doing it. Where we can help the world and every type of person, whether they're like most of us here who want to help the world, or you get that very small percentage who couldn't give two hoots about the rest of the world. It's all about them and nothing else, and everyone else can go suck. Basically, they'll be helping the world as well. That's the way I've designed it, and that's the way it's going to run. So instead of just getting, like a charity does, the caring people helping, 100% of the people who join Bitcoin Ascension will be helping. I've sort of, shifted the paradigm a bit on how we can help the world. So even the nastiest, Grinch who lives in a cave somewhere will be helping the world. Pardon me. If they join Bitcoin Ascension, that's the beauty of it. That's the fun part of it. And with the way I've got to perpetuate funds for Bitcoin Ascension to help these projects, people will be helping Bitcoin Ascension and the world, and they probably won't even never heard of Bitcoin Ascension and maybe never be a part of Bitcoin Ascension, but they're still going to be helping us fund the projects, and you'll understand that more when I announce what I'm doing. So that's how exciting it is. That's how I've got 100% of the world to be able to help Bitcoin Ascension, help the world. So I think it's a unique way of doing it. I'm not just going for the nice people. I'm going for everyone. Everyone can join this. But it'd be great to have, like we have our ice hockey team that get involved, and the people who support the ice hockey team. It'd be nice to get other sporting teams, other genres sporting teams to join us and get involved. I think it's a great way of doing it, considering it's not expensive for them to do. And, the major thing I have to do once I've built up some funds is to obviously register a worldwide organisation. And that way, a lot of these bigger teams and millionaires and things like that, philanthropists, will take us a lot more seriously than just some guy on doing a live every night saying this is what I want to do. They might go, yeah, that's a great idea, but but how serious is he? Is he telling the truth? That sort of thing. And that's it. With wealthy people, you find they're wealthy because they don't just throw their money away. They're very careful how they use their money, and rightly so. If they're using it for the right reasons, obviously. So they have to be careful because there's that many scams, as we know, for ourselves. Think how a philanthropist is when they've got every Tom, Dick and Harry coming to them with an idea on how to save the world, and half of them, well, even it could be, 80% of them could be fake, and they've got to try and delve through all of those. So Once we're registered as an organisation, and once we've proven what we do, that's when I think we'll start attracting the bigger philanthropists and saying, "Oh, I like the way you're doing things. Let's get stuck into this," and that'd be great to have some people with influence who can bring people in, because in the end, we're only going to be helping the world. So, and earning while we're doing it. So, okay, I've gone on with that enough, but I just really wanted to make that clear on how Bitcoin Ascension works. It is about helping the world, and we have a matrix as well right now, and other things will be coming in, but also how I've got 100% will be helping the world who join Bitcoin Ascension, and not just the nice caring people. It'll be everyone, even if they don't care. We'll still be helping, and I think that's pretty clever. To be honest, I'm not tooting my own horn, but I thought it was pretty clever. It's like when I designed the matrix, I could have done it for 5% of the marketers who know how to recruit, so they just made the money, or I could have done it for the 95% who can't, so everyone made money, so even the recruiters do. So I've done it for the 100% that way, but that's how I'm doing it with saving the world as well. Every type of person will be helping to save the world, whether they're coming in to help or whether they're coming in just to make money for themselves. It's the way it's been designed, and I think it's a very clever way of doing it. So the world benefits no matter what. Win-win situation. It's perfect as far as I'm concerned. The concept is anyway. The execution has to be perfect as well. But we'll take our time doing it right and making sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed and everything like that. So yeah. All right. I love you all. Very, very much. I think Terry loves you all. You love you all, don't you?
All,
yeah,
bye.
there you go. She loves you all. And she said bye. And I'll be on again tomorrow. We'll get that PDF done up this week where we go through those questions. So we have it as a PDF. We'll put it in the files section so people can find it. We'll also obviously be a post, obviously, in here as well. Anyone you know who doesn't listen to the lives but have asked questions like this, wants a PDF, make sure you'll be able to download it and just send it through Messenger to your different contacts. Like Penny, you've got that chat room of your own with your team. You can put it in there and they can all download it from there if they don't really keep in touch with what's happening in the group. So and I'm sure there's other chat rooms, and that's just one of the chat rooms I'm in. So that's awesome. All right, I'll be back again tomorrow. You lucky people, you get to see me again. God, gluttons for perfection here, aren't you? Look at this face.
Punishment.
Oh, punishment. That's it. Perfect. Yeah, I always get those words wrong.
It's a good job English correction.
That's why she's here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to get Terry to do the lives from now on because she's so great, and always put me in my place. No,
they would fall asleep.
I was going to get Juliet to do it, and you thought an hour was long. Juliet. Yeah, I did it again. All right, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great time. Remember, promote Bitcoin Ascension, because even while the Matrix isn't running, Bitcoin Ascension as an idea and an ideal is very, very important, and never stop promoting that part of it, really. We want the membership. A lot of people are angry. Why are people angry? Okay. What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
I'm just blaming her anyway. All right, guys. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.